So today we talk about money, and here's my piggy bank. This was made by my daughter, so that's why I have it. So get this out of the way first. There's not one way of saving money. Everyone's financial situation, everyone's life is different, job is different, expenditure, everything is different. So one size fits all, it's bullshit. Doesn't work. But there are some principles and some basics that you can read in a book, etc. But let's talk about really today. I want to start saving. What do I do? Now, have you practiced trying not to be distracted about what goes on? Walking to work, dealing with a bug, walking to work, walking to school, doing many things. Have you figured out how often you get distracted, right? Do you get distracted by the things you see, by a certain house, by a certain person, by food you may see, by products you may see, by commercials? There's many distractions that get us focused on something that we wouldn't be focused on otherwise, okay? And the key is to figure out, one, what is a distraction? And two, what is an opportunity? So, when it comes to savings, and this is what I do. Personally, I do a lot of saving. It's just my makeup. I've taught myself over the 20-something years I've been an adult that saving allows you to have money for future things, primarily to invest in yourself. To get started saving, it takes a mindset change, particularly if you haven't done a lot of consistent saving. So here we go, let's practice. What you're going to do, and this is just the key to savings, is we have to base it on that distraction exercise. By linking it to what we've done before, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's something that's connected to who you are, it's connected to your being, it's connected to your routine. So I'm not asking you to do something silly or new or completely different. You build one upon another. You build a house upon a foundation, and you build your success upon the same type of foundation, right? So this is what happened to me today, and I'll explain how that you can apply this to yourself. So using the distraction technique, I was with my children, and I went to 7-Eleven with them. They wanted to buy some snacks for lunch or buy some lunch. I rented a car. I was moving I rented a truck so I could get rid of some old furniture. And they wanted to ride in the truck. So I took them in the truck and we went to 7-Eleven. And while we were there, they bought their food. I wasn't hungry. I didn't buy anything. I didn't think I needed anything, but I got distracted. I hadn't been in 7-Eleven in a long time, and I looked and I saw something I hadn't bought in a while, Coca-Cola. I saw these almonds. I don't know if you know them, but these, I think it's Lotte, the Korean brand, chocolate covered almonds. They are to die for, and I saw them. And my stomach and my mind said, you really want those? Those are great. I don't need them. I'll live. I didn't get them. I'm still here, right? So I said to myself, that was a distraction. And what I did, knowing full well that I probably would have bought them had it been a month ago, I took that 250 yen, about 250 yen it would have cost, and put it in here. Now, why would I do something like that? Well, put it this way. A year ago, we're all in the middle of COVID. So this is being filmed in June of 2020. And if you had told people that they couldn't go outside, they'd have to wear a mask, they'd be working from home, someone would have told you, or that someone would have said you were crazy, right? But necessity makes you do it. Necessity makes the world go round. And now we're living in necessity. And let's be honest, we're doing a lot of things we never thought would be possible. But it's because we have to. And that's why we're linking this to the distraction exercise, linking it to who you are. Because if you know who you are and you're compelled to be yourself, then you're compelled to do certain things. And one is to save. So for instance, another thing that I do is knowing full well that I don't commute to the office anymore. I stay at home, but I still get paid my commuting fee. This is primarily for those of you who are in Japan. You don't use it. Now, you can think of that as extra money, but let's be honest. If you didn't have the money, you wouldn't use it, right? But now there's extra money, your brain will naturally think of ways to spend it. Maybe an extra lunch here and there, maybe order a pizza, maybe buy something. Simple exercise. So today, before this started, I said to myself, I wanted to go buy myself. I thought about that Coca-Cola again. Only do it once a day. Don't do it 3 times a day. I'm doing it several times a day for the sake of this video. I was sitting in my room, it's hot now, and I thought, I'd love a Coca-Cola. And I started to really want a Coca-Cola. Now, no issues against Coca-Cola, but I don't need a Coca-Cola right now. And I said, okay, so I'll take that Coca-Cola, which is about 120 yen. And I put it in here. It's a baby step. and it's something you can give it a try. I mean, worst case scenario, you save too much, you just take it out of the piggy bank. Simple as that. But base it on the distraction technique. Link it to something. Don't do it. This is not a fad diet. This is based on, who you are, when you're distracted. And if distraction involves money, especially if it's a little bit, like if you're thinking of buying a television and you put the money away, don't do that, but put it away. Now, why did I ask to link it to that exercise? Why do you link it to to this activity? Is because the goal is to invest your money. Now, here's another truism that I'm going to share with you, and I'm sharing it from someone who doesn't need to invest any money anymore. I don't need any money anymore. But I do this exercise because I have kids in college, like the one who's filming this, and it's always nice to have extra money from time to time. But the reason is, people will tell you, invest in stocks, invest in bonds, invest in this, invest in that. And that's also a distraction. Stocks aren't the best investment. Funds aren't the best investment. No one knows what the best investment is. But trends, people telling you this is working for them, or you hear a story about someone who got rich doing day trading, it gets you excited, etc. But the goal is to invest in yourself. Therefore, you need to know what you're trying to do. Investing in yourself is not only about looking right or dressing correctly or even getting an education. Investing in yourself is take this money and invest it in yourself. If you want to do multimedia or do computer related activities, that saving of that money, you take that money and buy yourself that tablet you need or buy that software you need. One of the things I'm going to do is with this money is buy my daughter Adobe so she can use Adobe to edit these videos. Right, Andy? So the point of all this, or the point of this is, one, if you say I'm an artist, right? You want to be an artist. Therefore, you want to create great art. You need tools and materials. Now, you'll continue to create your art probably, but you may need a table. You may need a website, things of that nature. Use a distraction exercise to say, okay, my desire to want to eat cookies, or my desire to want to, buy a coffee every morning when my company provides coffee. Might not be as good, but it's there. Or, I want to buy tea when I can get a whole box of tea bags, rather than buying tea and things of that nature. You can save these pennies and then you invest it in yourself. Okay? So the savings isn't about, I want to buy a car or I want to buy a house, which if that's part of your investment in yourself, by all means, sure. But I'm talking about for the idea of buying something, just to be buying something you need. No, it's about investing in yourself, understanding who you are, taking those distractions, right, and either eliminating them from your mindset or seeing them as an opportunity. And then using, if you haven't saved, this isn't for everyone, but if you haven't saved significantly, right, then you use that to sort of say, okay, well, I was distracted. I was going to buy coffee today. I didn't. And what you'll find, especially given COVID has us at home a lot, I've been able to save hundreds of dollars a month. Next week we'll talk about other, for those of you who actually are already saving and you're trying to figure out how to increase your savings or how to make the most of your savings and things of that nature, I'll talk about that. But that's more along the lines of those people who are, if you're looking, it may be part of your goals. And I'm not a professional investor. I can introduce you to people who do that. But if you're starting off trying to figure out how to be successful, you need to give yourself opportunities. And you get those opportunities by, one, knowing what you want to do, one. Two, by eliminating the distractions, the things that you do not need to be doing or thinking of, right, that get in the way of you being you. And then using that as an opportunity to save money. Because a little bit can go a long way. A little bit can go a long way. And it starts to snowball. As you see yourself becoming more and more of yourself, you see yourself having more control of your mind, you'll find yourself even saving more and more money. And before you know it, you've saved 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. It's not beyond reason to be able to do that once you've figured out and mastered these techniques. So I'll let you go. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my weekend and figure out which Adobe package works best for my baby. Okay, bye.